Hey everyone, welcome back to XVolt Productions. Sorry I haven't uploaded here in quite a long time. Today, I'm going to be talking about my tech collection. And believe me, I have a lot of tech. First thing I'm going to be talking about is my excess of phones. First of all, is this iPhone 5S. I got this 5S off of eBay, and it's a piece of garbage. Why is that? Well, basically when I got it, it was iCloud locked, so I couldn't actually use it for anything. I plan on destroying this one day. Next I have the working iPhone 5S. I had to buy another one just so that I could have a 5S that worked. And there you go. Perfectly working 5S. Next up are my 3 iPhone 5Cs. Why do I have more than one of them? Because colors. And I actually think the 5Cs do look pretty nice. Most people really don't like them because they were a piece of crap, and I can kind of agree, but I think they kind of look nice. We've got the blue one in late 2021, the green one in early 2022, and the white one in late 2022. Next up is my iPhone 6S. This one is actually, I didn't buy off of eBay, which is a first so far. This one was actually my grandmother's, until she stopped using it and upgraded to an iPhone 8. So this one still works perfectly. Not much really special about it, it's just an iPhone 6. An iPhone 6S. Next up is my iPhone 4. Now the reason that this is cracked is because this once again was a phone that belonged to my grandmother. This one also works pretty well, but I'm going to stop turning them on now for the sake of time. This one she actually bought in 2012 because I found the receipt of it. And this is the way I actually differentiate it from the next phone I'm going to be talking about. The iPhone 4S, which I bought off of eBay. This is by far my favorite phone in my collection, not only because I'm just a fan of the iPhone 4 and 4S designs, but also because this actually has really amazing battery health. I plugged it into my computer and opened 3 U-Tools, and it had 92% percentage right out of the box, which was really good. But I've taken this out to film stuff. In fact, in the 40 Ways to Break a Laptop, I was actually filming one of the scenes using this as a prop. Next up is the iPhone 3G. This one I got in 2019, so it was actually one of the first phones I ever bought off of eBay, and I've had it quite since then. One thing I use it to differentiate between this and the next phone is that the text is dark gray there. Next up is the iPhone 3GS. As you can see, the text on the bottom is a bit different there. And this phone I actually got from someone that I used to know. I don't really talk to them anymore, but they gave me this phone because I kind of wanted it for my collection. Next up is my old daily driver, the iPhone 7. I actually have a case on this because I used it as a slow-mo camera in some of my older destruction videos from 2022 and 2021. I use this pretty much every day from Christmas 2017 to Christmas 2019. Next up is my current daily driver, the iPhone 11, and the last of the iPhones. I actually plan on changing phones soon, so that's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, this is what I'm basically using now. In fact, I actually deleted all my social media apps. I got games, but I don't use them. Oh, my phone froze for a second. So yeah, that is the last of my iPhone collection. I've been using this phone for 3 years, since December 2019, and I also did use this as a camera for quite a few YouTube videos. Same with the 7. The 7 I use for a lot of videos. Next up is one of the last Apple devices I have. It is my old iPod Touch 5th generation, I believe it is. I got this in Christmas 2014. It was actually the first ever camera I used for YouTube back in 2015. Yeah, it's not a fact that I often say, but I have been making YouTube videos since 2015, and this kind of was like my thing. Actually, I don't even think I used this as a camera. I think it was my old tablet. Finally are the non-Apple phones. I have this BlackBerry. I forgot exactly what it is. Oh, BlackBerry Curve. There you go. This phone actually really doesn't turn on very often. Last time I turned it on probably must have been about 2 years ago when I got it. Wasn't much on here. Had a password on it. I know the guy who gave it to me, but I don't really care to ask him for the password. Next up is one of the more recent phones that I got. It is a Nokia, whatever it is, but it's one of these older Nokia phones. I remember looking it up. It was made in 2004. It does turn on, but I believe it has a password lock, so I can't really do anything with this. Speaking of password locks, I have one of the best phones in the world, the Motorola Razr V3. It is cracked though, very sad. but I'm absolutely a massive fan of flip phones, and if I could actually get my hands on a modern one, that would be amazing. But due to current situations, I can't really get my hands on one of these modern bad boys. I would use this like just to have fun, but it's actually locked under a key that's locked to either the SIM card or the phone. But either way, I need to pay like $25 for someone to unlock it, and that sucks. This is a big boy of a camera. It is the Sharp ViewCam. It runs on 8mm tape, and it was made in 1997. And it does turn on because I did get batteries and tape for it. Yeah, there we go. I don't have a cassette in it right now, so it's gonna be like, oh, whatever. Yeah, see? That's one thing I like about this camera. It has this little lens and this really big screen, which you don't really see on cameras back then. Because this was a solution, I guess, to a problem that people had with cameras back in the day. Also, this runs off of Video 8 tape, not any of the modern 8mm tapes like High 8 or Digital 8. It's just crap 8. And yeah, I do have a bunch of tapes that I got off of eBay, same with the battery, and that camera which I got off of eBay. I have actually filled up a whole tape already. This one, I have started to film some stuff on it because it's kind of fun too. like what my friend Enzo said, low quality video, high quality memories. Next up is my Nikon DSLR camera. Almost a DLR. Well, we're not talking about London here. I got this camera about 3 years ago. I actually made a video about it on my old channel. It does take good photos as long as like you frame it properly. The only problem I do have with it is that the flash here doesn't work properly, so it uses this like really crappy tiny light there. And then I have this mini DV camcorder, which used to be my aunt's, and she gave it to me in order for me to convert like videotapes. And it doesn't have a battery because it was crap, so I threw it out. But yeah, I actually did use this for video once. In Time Trouble, which came out just over a year ago now, I used this one plugged into my computer to film the shot that was filmed in 2002. That was supposed to be filmed in 2002. Don't really got much else special. I got camera related stuff like this charger and this cleaning cassette for mini DV tapes. Actually, this is from another camera that I just forgot about. That is for this Sony CyberShot, which I am actually using now as like a camera taker thing. I got a new battery for it recently. It takes pretty decent photos. I actually do have to charge it, so maybe I'll do that. Let's take a photo of us right now. Oh yeah, I love blurry shots. Alright then. Yeah, sometimes this camera doesn't take good photos, but you just gotta put the right setting at the right time. Next up I have my old 3DS. I got this, when did I get it? I think it was my birthday in 2018, so my 12th birthday. That's when I got this. However, I never really used it much. Kind of used it mostly in 2018. Nothing much since. Got some funny videos on this. I do have my old DS as well, which I got in 2010. However, my sister has that now because I gave it to her last year, and I don't really feel like grabbing it. Next up we have music. This is a portable MP3 player my aunt gave me that she used to use herself back in the 90s. Clearly this is where you put the music on. Not much I could really say about this. But speaking of portable MP3 players, this is my personal iPod. Yes, I use an iPod in 2023 to listen to music. Look at this. I have oh, apparently that was the last song I was listening to. Look at that. Perfectly works. I got all my songs on here. I'm actually still in the process of transferring a lot of my songs from Spotify to this iPod. But yeah, I bring it to school, I listen to music with it, have my earbuds to listen to music too, which I actually got at a college store. This is an iPod Classic Generation 5, which my aunt used to own and she gave me. It actually still has their engraving on the back. Fun fact, I did make a video about this specific iPod back in October of 2019, and that video was very crap. Please don't watch it. I have a lot of random stuff in my drawer, like USBs, for example. I have a lot of random USBs that I don't even know what they're on. Some of them don't even work. This is actually one that I've had since I was in 4th grade. I used it to house a project for school and school stuff. This one has other stuff. You know. Next we got the big boys, the tablets. So this was actually my first ever personal device, and of course that is why I'll never throw it away, including the original case. It is all beat up. This is a Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0. That was the full name of it. I got this in Christmas 2012, and I used it pretty much every day up until I got this iPad. And there's been a lot of incidents with this tablet, with my parents putting restrictions and then forgetting passcodes, and I had to wipe it and I lost all my memories. Still kind of mad about that, but whatever, it's over. Next we got my iPad Mini 4, which I got in Christmas 2016. It's actually dead. And I used it up until early 2020 because I had kind of replaced this to watch videos with my current phone. Yeah, I completely gave up on that. Well, I wish I still had an iPad now. Like, I have school iPads and stuff, but I kind of wish I still could use this. However, in 2019, started having battery issues, contacted Apple. Of course, they said, yeah, you got battery issues. So, nice one, Apple. Really helped me figure that one out. There's no way I could have done it otherwise. Next up are my old AirPods, both of which are broken, and it's also why I have switched over to listening to wired earbuds from now on, because ever since I broke my last pair of AirPods, I've been using wired earbuds because I just prefer them more. So this was my original pair of AirPods, Generation 1, which I got for my 13th birthday in 2019, and I used these up until they actually just stopped working entirely, and that was in August 2021. I started having battery issues, things were getting old. Yeah, this one kind of has a crack on it. I think the left earbud actually just stopped working entirely, and the right one was starting to get damaged, so I had to give it up entirely. And in replacement, I got these AirPod Pros, which, how did they break? Well, a little more than 6 months after I got these, they went through a wash cycle, and they never worked right ever since. I didn't really like these AirPod Pros anyway, because, you know, they didn't really fit in my ears good, and they were uncomfortable. The only thing I really liked about it was the noise canceling. Next up are my computer RAM sticks. I have done a lot of computer transplanting, and some of the stuff's from old computers I smashed. Some of it's newer. I do also have some laptop RAM here in case I need it. I was actually thinking of upgrading a thing later in this video with this RAM. This is actually from my old Asus laptop, which I will talk about later. And that's pretty much it for the tech drawer. The rest of the stuff in here is kind of crap. As you can see, the rest of it's just crap. Next up are some great big bazongas. Firstly is my mid-2012 MacBook Pro. I got this recently from one of my mom's friends. In fact, got it like only 3 weeks ago. It's perfectly working, except for the fact that, how do I describe this issue? The 1 through 9 keys don't work, which is amazing. Actually, one thing I found out about this Mac that I really like, you press this button and it shows you how much battery it has. That's really cool. I wish every laptop had that. But I'm like a really big fan of like this era of MacBooks because it's kind of peak MacBook design in my opinion. You got all, I mean, yeah, it's thick and heavy, but you know, you got everything you could need here. I think you even got FireWire on this. That's how old it is. SD cards, even a CD drive. This, in my opinion, is just peak MacBook design. And there she is, macOS High Sierra. I think it just took a very long time for it to load because you know, probably hasn't been turned on in quite a while. I do have an on-screen keyboard for use in case I need to type in numbers because again, number keys don't work. Did install a couple apps on it. Firefox runs pretty well on older Macs. And then I got Discord and Spotify. I'm probably going to uninstall Spotify. Oh yeah, and Surfshark, because I brought it to school a few times and I wanted to use Discord. There's the stuff about the MacBook. Gotta take up that serial number, obviously. Okay, no more looking. The Asus laptop. This is actually my current Windows computer. This is what I use when I want to web browse on the go. Oh no, you can see my camera. The world's ending. This one I actually got from my grandfather, and it originally came with Windows 8. He upgraded it to Windows 10, or maybe he got it with Windows 10. I'm not sure. But he hasn't used the he didn't use the computer in so long. He forgot about it. Bought a new one, and didn't even know that this computer existed until we found it recently. So I took out the old hard drive and I put a solid state in there, upgraded the RAM, what's interesting about this this laptop is that it's very strange because it's both easy and difficult to do it. Oh yeah, it's also a touchscreen. That's one thing I really like about it. It does use Torx screws on the bottom, which is very strange. It uses Torx screws, but once you get inside of it, it's actually really easy to repair anything in this computer, which I love that about old computers. That's why I love old laptops so much. Even in the older MacBooks, the one that I just showed you has Phillips screws instead of those special ones that they have now. Here's my current school-provided MacBook, for example. They got Torx screws in there, which I do have Torx screwdrivers, but the thing is, these things are so thin now, who knows what you could frickin' break now. But yeah, I use this computer for web browsing on the go. I got Discord, I got Audacity. I even got Windows Media Player to play music, which actually, this is what I use to load all my music onto my iPod, and it's great. One issue, it does have a few issues, because when I put the SSD in, I installed Windows 7 from scratch. No drivers, didn't come with anything. I had to install the drivers manually. Still probably has some missing drivers. And also I always get a message saying that Windows is not authentic. Which is always lovely to it's always lovely to see that message. That little guy right there, if you know what I mean. Yeah, look at that. You always love that guy. Always says Windows is not genuine. Oh, do I love that guy. You can go frick yourself. But one driver that I guess is missing is the drivers for the laptop to shut off properly. So in order for me to turn it off properly, I have to press the shutdown button and wait for it to shut down before closing the lid. Because closing the lid does not put it to sleep. It instantly shuts down the computer. And the next time I boot it up, it says, oh, Windows has not shut down correctly. Finally, it's my near and dear original Asus laptop. You can't see it. There you go. My original Asus laptop. I got this in Christmas 2015. I used it every day until Christmas 2018 when I got this freaking beast, which I still use to this day for everything now. However, this computer did eventually reach its end of life. I did continue using it after the fact. Many things broke on the computer, many things of which I fixed. I've replaced the battery, I've replaced the speakers, changed the RAM, I've changed the hard drive, and I actually, in that new Asus, I ripped out the solid state I had put in here, and the RAM. So this laptop can't start up. I think it's dead anyway. Yeah, not only is it dead, but it doesn't have an OS to boot off of, so it only boot off the BIOS. I recorded a lot of YouTube videos on this, especially back in my early days, even on the channels that you guys don't know, that have never seen before. But on my old channel, I did use this laptop for all of the 2017 videos, and then afterward, I started and the 2018 videos, what am I saying? Until I eventually got my new computer, and I used that for 2019 and onward. I did make a few videos about this computer specifically, like when I replaced the speakers in March of 2021, and actually that's pretty much it. Fun fact, while the repair did fail in March 2021, in July 2022, I turned on the computer one day, and out came sound from the speakers. I don't know what happened, but who knows how long the speakers had been fixed for. One day they just decided, hey, I'm gonna work. And they work now. Shame I can't really use it anymore, because I basically just abandoned using this laptop. Which is also really hard to repair this laptop. Now, it does have Phillips screws, but you've seen my repair video. If you haven't, go check it out. It's really hard to frickin' rip this thing open. We're nearing the end of our tour with these bad boys. Here I have the Sunflower iMac. I believe it's called the iMac G4. I got this one in July of 2022, just for fun, off of a OfferUp seller, which one of my family members helped me to get. It does work. I don't turn it on very often though, because the keyboard is often not connected. There's often never a keyboard connected to it or a mouse, so I can't really use it for anything. I just kind of like having it around. And then secondly, I have a iMac that may be familiar to some of you older viewers, is the 2006 iMac. Now I got this one in March of 2022, for free from a kind lady over in North Miami, I think. I think her name was Sylvia. I can't remember. But she kind of just gave me her old iMac, got it to work, runs Lion. I made a whole video talking about it actually back in June 2022. So if you want more information about this, you can go check that video out. It does have a keyboard, which was actually, this is actually kind of my childhood keyboard. One of the first keyboards I ever used with a computer back in 2012. And I used to use my old laptop mouse, but unfortunately I had to start using it for my computer, my modern computer, because in November of 2022, which was, how many months ago now? 7 months ago, I gotta say. The computer mouse that came with my computer died. It stopped working. Like, the clicker just kind of stopped working, and there's no way that I could fix it without replacing the clicker. So I cut my losses, retired the mouse, and I started using my old laptop mouse. So now this kind of just sits here, and the place where the mouse used to be is now occupied by some old iPhone boxes. And behind these iPhone boxes is an old TV radio thing from the 1980s or 70s, which my grandfather used to own just in case of emergency. And yes, it does work. The TV aspect of it doesn't work, but the radio sure does. Let me just... Okay, no, I don't think I have it connected to an outlet right now. I'm not going to talk much about this, but this is just my current computer daily driver thing. You know, I've been using it for 4.5 years now. Doesn't show any sign of quitting. I've replaced a lot of the original components, except the CPU, except the GPU and the case and the hard drives, I guess. Yeah, a lot of great computer stuff. Thank you guys for watching my tech collection video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe. Again, I'm very inconsistent with uploads on here. I'm very sorry about that. I'm kind of strapped for creative ideas on what to do. I appreciate any suggestions of what I could do with this channel, any videos I could make, because my creativity machine has very much slowed down over the last year, and there's really not much that I could come up with that I'm satisfied with doing. This was the first thing to come to mind in a very long time. So thank you for watching. Really, thank you. Hope you enjoyed me talking about my tech collection for who knows however long this video was. Goodbye.